Whether you're just taking your first few steps into learning how to make money in the digital world, or whether you're already making thousands of dollars per month from an online business, seriously, pull out a pen and paper because this is gonna be my most valuable video of the year by far, and also the most no bullshit, no beating around the bush guide to how to actually become financially free in 2023. I'm gonna be sharing the exact business models I would dive into if I was starting all over again, as well as the most practical knowledge on what it genuinely takes to be a part of the very, very slim percentage of people that actually succeed with online business. Because let's be honest, your favorite gurus lie to you, and even I'm guilty myself of making it look super easy and that all you have to do is watch a 20-minute video on YouTube and follow a few steps and you'll be a millionaire in no time. That is simply not the case. It ain't that easy. The 1% will always remain the goddamn 1%. For good reason. We all can't break free of the system. We actually need the system. We need the people to stock the shelves at Walmart. We need our city planners and construction workers constantly working on our infrastructure. Without order, there's chaos. And without all these people filing into their positions or their roles in society, everything comes crumbling down and nobody can be successful. So enough of this, everyone can break out of the matrix bullshit, because not everyone can and not everyone will. First of all, I already know many of you guys are gonna be like, oh, why are we listening to a 21-year-old on how to become financially free? Guy's probably living out of his parents' basement. Heard it all. I became a millionaire in 3 years of online business. I have 5 different businesses right now. I have my own agency, I have a content automation service, I have an education company, I consider my social media as a business, and I have an e-commerce brand. So now that we've put all the haters to rest and all the people who refuse to believe that any of this is possible, and no, my parents didn't hand me any of this, I'm entirely self-made. So let's dive in with your 3 vehicles on how you are gonna follow in my footsteps and do the exact same in 2023. Vehicle number 1 is the agency model. This is one of the most beginner-friendly business models that you can possibly start with, yet you can still work your way up to very advanced scales and make as much money as you desire. Essentially, it involves you providing some sort of service or value to a business or a particular client, and this could be anything from customized diet and nutrition plans all the way to OnlyFans management. Now, some services are more lucrative, easier to start, easier to outsource, and have higher ceilings of potential than others. Now, one of those, and in fact, the exact service that I recommend you start with, is marketing. My first agency I started from my dorm room when I was 18 was a social media marketing agency. I specialized in Facebook ads, and I'd reach out to local businesses in my area and offer them lead generation services. Within my first week, after facing hundreds of rejections and picking up the phone for hours every single day, I finally signed my first client on a $2,000 a month retainer. And 6 months later, I had people in place to manage the ad campaigns. I had a team of people doing outbound for me. I was probably at 8 or 9 clients and profiting about $15,000 per month. And the best part about the agency model is that you yourself don't necessarily need to be an expert in a particular field of what you are selling. What you can do is you can actually start your agency, and then you can hire people who have the expertise in that particular field to then fulfill the services for your clients. The idea is you grab a subcontractor, and it's so easy to do this now. There's literally hundreds on Upwork, Fiverr, and you literally just have to grab somebody who has the skill, bring them into your team, maybe set up a Slack, and then have them fulfill the service for that client. And for people saying, oh, that's a scam and you're just upcharging these clients on the services, how is that a scam? It's literally how any business works. You're hiring somebody to then do the work that you'd otherwise do. You can't grow a business if you don't hire people. And also there's gonna be a lot of value add that's gonna happen in between. For example, you're gonna have to be in close communication with your client. You're gonna be emailing back and forth, maybe linking up for meetings. You're gonna be overseeing the campaigns. So this is not a scam by having somebody else fulfill the work. It's just literally entrepreneurship at its finest. Now, vehicle number 2 is sales, but let me explain, because sales sounds a bit general. This option is even easier and faster to get off the ground than the first, and makes for an exceptional learning experience, and the skills that you're gonna develop in this business model can quite literally transfer over to any other business that you start. And when I say sales, I mean specifically high-ticket digital program remote closing. First and foremost, the profit margins on these type of products are astronomical, in some cases very, very close to 100%, generally much, much higher than selling cars or some sort of other physical product. Therefore, the company that you are selling for can likely afford to pay you much higher commission on each sale. Second, because it is entirely online, you can hop in and out of Zoom meetings, meaning that you can take 10, 20, 30 calls in a single day and pretty much make as much as you want from wherever you want in the entire world. And lastly, as you continue to build up your knowledge as a sales rep, you can go on to then start your own agency that essentially hires, finds, recruits different sales reps, trains them up, and then places them inside businesses that need sales teams. Or you can also do a revenue share model with the clients that you work with and allocate them the sales reps and manage that for the entire business. And when you get to this level with this business, it is extremely profitable. The sky's the limit. Trust me, I have a good friend who's doing this, followed this exact same path. And on top of this, I also employ a sales team from an education company, Outright Ecom, and I see firsthand just how much these high ticket closers are actually taking home each month. And I can tell you that every single sales rep of mine makes enough money to be considered financially free and live and work wherever they want in the entire world. Vehicle number 3, we have dropshipping and ecom, the business model that made me rich. Yes, I have experience with running my own agency. Yes, I have sales experience and employ a sales team myself. So technically all 3 of these different vehicles have made me rich, but dropshipping has a special place in my heart because it kind of really kickstarted everything, and I really started to see good money coming in at an early age with this business model. But I'm not gonna be biased, and again, I'm gonna give you guys the real truth about dropshipping right now, because if this video I was filming it a year ago, I honestly probably wouldn't have even included it in this list. And that's because it's damn hard. I struggled and lost thousands of dollars before my big break or first winning product. This is because there's increasing competition every single day. You're quite literally fighting against massive corporate giants who are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars per day on these ad platforms and squeezing out your little business. In order to be successful, you need to absolutely nail finding a product, building a website, creating high converting copy and landing pages, creating top quality creatives, and running paid ads. Now, all these skills are massive and take so much time to hone and compete at the highest level in. So after hearing that, you're probably wondering why I included dropshipping in this video then. Reason number 1 is there is no better business model to jump into as a complete beginner that will build you the most advanced skill set and comprehensive knowledge that will allow you to quite literally pivot into any other business model and find success. The term dropshipping actually makes it sound like some sort of side hustle, but really the only difference between dropshipping and actually running, a physical direct-to-consumer e-commerce brand is the fulfillment method. That's it. But even later on, you'll probably still look to actually fulfill the orders in-house once you reach a certain scale, and you'll start opening up warehousing across the United States or wherever your market is. And reason number 2 is that there actually is a new way to dropship that wasn't around before, and that is called organic dropshipping. Essentially, not only do you have to not take any risk by ordering inventory up front, but now you can remove the risk of spending money on getting the eyeballs through paid traffic, and you can literally validate your offer and validate your product for essentially $0 by making your own homemade ads and then posting them up for free on TikTok and now other short form platforms as well. So the only thing you really need to invest to get this off of the ground is your time. And I've been seeing insane results by simply creating organic videos of the product myself shot on my iPhone. And some of my clients in my education company have been building massive thriving e-commerce brands just off of organic. So yes, dropshipping is ultimately more challenging than the first 2 vehicles that I laid out, but TikTok has given us a way to start learning and developing our skills and start seeing success early on without breaking the bank and without becoming discouraged. If you have decided to select dropshipping as your vehicle to take you to financial freedom, then good news for you, because so many people have been going crazy for the completely free course that I posted on my YouTube. I'll link that up somewhere over here if you guys do want to check it out. People have been sending me in the DMs every single day results they're getting with their stores this Q4. Now there is one final bonus vehicle that we need to talk about. Now this bonus vehicle is different because it will not get you rich overnight or anywhere close to that. It's more of an investment and an incremental grind, but I promise you, if you stick with this for 1, 2, or 3 years, you will start to reap massive results. And the beauty of this is that it isn't overly demanding, and it quite literally complements whichever vehicle you've chosen to make you financially free. And that vehicle is content creation. With 1 to 2 years of consistent efforts towards growing particularly a YouTube channel, an Instagram account, and a TikTok account, Your brand presence will lead to making additional income in so many different ways. It could lead to affiliate marketing, brand deals, sponsorships, promotions, ad revenue. A little over a year ago, I made a commitment to myself that I would start YouTube and I would post one video every single week and give it one whole year. So that basically means I have to post 50 YouTube videos to give it a fair shot and see if it was worth it. And in conclusion, guys, it was 1000% worth it. Now, if you're completely new to content creation, here's how I'd recommend that you start. Instead of teaching, start by documenting. A fine example of someone who has executed this to the T, which I really look up to as a mentor in the space and has built a massive trusting audience, is Ecom. If you check out his YouTube channel and you scroll to the bottom, you can see he has all of his videos from 3, 4, 5, and 6 years ago, where he wasn't preaching to the choir like he is today, but he was quite literally vlogging and documenting his journey in business. And then over time, of course, you can start to broaden up, you can start to teach a little bit more like he's doing in his recent videos, and you can start to sell various things to the audience that you built up because they're so trusting of you and they've seen your journey for years. It's time for some hard truths and what you need to do in order to set yourself apart from hundreds of thousands of other people actively watching videos like this and like other ones on YouTube, trying to become financially free every single day. Now, first things first, we need to briefly touch on your goddamn health. I mean, if you're someone who can't even be bothered to wake up and go to the gym or go on a run every now and again, how the do you expect to run a successful 6 or 7 figure online business? Your health is literally the foundation of everything you do in your life, and without it, I can almost guarantee that you'll never achieve any of your goals or anything meaningful, as harsh as it is to say. So here's some basic health optimization that if you aren't following already, it's quite literally killing your chances of becoming financially free. Number 1 is your diet. You are what you eat. Don't listen to anyone who tells you otherwise. If you are constantly stuffing your face with garbage and crap full of hundreds of chemicals, how do you think you're gonna perform? Bottom line, you probably know what you have to do here. Just do it. Drink a lot of water, follow a balanced diet, buy healthy, fresh food. I know you're spending a little bit more money, but just think about how much more money you're gonna make or how much your productivity is gonna increase if you're constantly eating good food and it's allowing you to perform at your peak levels every single day. Now, number 2 is sleep. Our phone addicted generation is constantly up all night scrolling through TikTok and all this garbage. I got a really quick and easy fix. The best thing that I found to combat this: set up your environment very, very dark. So get blackout curtains, get a quality pair of blue light blockers and put these on 2.5 to 3 hours before bed. Even if you are using your phone or your screen, it'll at least block out some of that harmful blue light and it'll allow your body to naturally produce that melatonin that you need to get into sleep and to get into deep sleep where you're actually recovering, and it gives your brain a chance to fully rest. And most importantly, make sure you're allowing yourself a full 7 to 9 hour window, depending on how much sleep you need, at no cost. No matter what should you be saying, oh, I need 3 hours because I have to stay up and do all this. That's crap. Your whole next day is gonna fall apart if you do that, and you're just gonna be so much less productive at all hours of the day. And number 3 is substance abuse. Okay, now look, I'm not saying that you can't spark up with your friends on a Saturday night, and it's a very natural thing that society and just so many people in general are doing. Is it the best thing? No. You need to be aware of the fact that these substances are slowing you down from getting you to where you wanna be. I mean, look, you do you when it comes to this stuff, but be aware of what you're doing and what you're putting in your body. They do not make you more creative, rather lazy, unmotivated, and mentally slow, and that's just the facts. Here are a few things you need to understand if you want to set yourself apart from the 99%. Shiny object syndrome right now is the biggest killer of success in young people in online business that I've ever seen. So if this video is going to teach you one thing, let it be that you should pick one business model and go so damn deep in it until you find success. Ideally, one of the 3 that I've laid out for you already in this video. Now, also, you need to be aware of what you're consuming every single day. And this comes in the form of what you're consuming digitally, but also what you're consuming from those around you, from who you're surrounding yourself with. I know it's human nature, but it's insane how quickly we start conforming to the ideas and the beliefs of those around us. But it's time you became aware of this and use this to your advantage. Unsubscribe to everyone on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok who isn't constantly feeding your mind with positive thoughts and valuable information that's gonna help take you to exactly where you wanna be in this world. And make an active effort in person as well to put yourself in a room where you're not the smartest one. Driven individuals. And now, super important, getting inspired versus getting jealous. I've noticed a pattern. Every single successful person I know or I meet, they never hate on people. They never talk down on people. They never talk trash about people. They're becoming so inspired by this person's actions and what they've achieved. And they're then telling themselves, wow, maybe I could achieve something of this magnitude. These keyboard warriors, naysayers, and people on the sideline, these people are guaranteed below everybody else. So the next time you see a friend, family member, or even just a random person online or in your community doing well, be the first one to congratulate them. Be genuinely happy for these people, and I could not tell you how exactly this works, but I promise you it does. And getting inspired by others rather than becoming jealous of others will put you ahead tenfold in life, guaranteed. But this video is just different. I'm speaking a lot from the heart here. You guys can probably tell how passionate I am about this stuff and how badly I want you to succeed. So let's dive into what I believe to be my #1 recipe or secret to success, so to speak. I have a great deal of success, probably more than 99% of people. But now let me tell you the #1 reason on why I believe this to be the case and how I'm actually doing this. Strategic planning and consistent action. All right, look, I bought this little black journal on Amazon, guys, for like $5, and I write shit in here every single day. I write each goal, and then I write sub goals within that goal and reverse engineer it with action-based tasks that make it inevitable for me to not reach the goal that I'm trying to hit. So let's say I want to sign another 10 clients to my agency in 3 months. Here's what I'd write in my journal. Goal, 10 clients. Sub goal, 30 meetings booked on the calendar, assuming my close rate is 1 in every 3 or something. And within that sub goal, maybe there's other sub goals, but within that one, I'll have action-based activities. 500 cold calls, 1,000 emails, 100 Loom videos sent on LinkedIn. If I follow those 3 action-based activities, it essentially makes it inevitable that I will hit that sub goal. And if I hit that sub goal, it's inevitable that I'll hit that main overarching goal, isn't it? Now, of course, writing these little plans and spending time mapping out a strategy inside of a $5 journal is all good and dandy, but it's only 50% of the equation here. What really sets me apart and puts me in the 1% is that I'm a prolific action taker. As soon as I write these goals down in that journal of mine, a flip just switches in my brain. Like, I swear to God, I just turn into some kind of animal that cannot stop until I achieve what I wrote in that journal. It's the way I am, it's the way I was wired. I've always kind of been like that. And though I do believe some of it I was probably born with, a lot of it I was trained, so to speak, through, learned experiences. So it's time for the hardest truth of this video. And since you're watching, I am 99% sure you already know exactly what you need to become financially free in 2023 and beyond. But I'm here to tell you that if you haven't started yet, if you haven't even made a plan, if you haven't even pulled out a notebook to take any goddamn notes from this video, then I'm sorry, you don't have what it takes to be a part of the 1%. Unless you do. Why don't you prove me wrong? Congratulations, if you made it this far into the video, you literally consumed exactly what I would have wished that somebody would have told me 4 years ago when I was first starting my journey to become financially free and successful in entrepreneurship. So seriously guys, save this video, share it to a friend or family member, take notes on it because it just might change your life and it just might change somebody else's too. If you're looking for an A to Z guide on how to get started with Shopify dropshipping like I did, then all you have to do is click somewhere around here. The video will be there. So check out that complete guide, completely free. And I wish you guys the best of luck on this new and exciting journey. I'll be here every step of the way. So get connected with me. And thank you guys so much for all the love and support that's inspired me to constantly put out great content just like this. I hope you guys can hear the passion in my voice when I'm speaking because you guys have put me in a position to do so and showed me that I'm a true authority and can provide value in this space. So again, love you guys. Thank you so much. And I'll see you in a few days. Peace.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up.